So now that she's almost finished, I'll do another video. Sorry guys, I've just been gluing and putting together, and right now this isn't actually glued on. I got to glue this on. That's the next step. But at this point, we've glued the wings on. We glued the bottom half of the fuse on. We have all three servos in place. We have the aileron horns installed, glued in. Got to glue this on, let it dry. Then I think next we'll be gluing the rudder on. And after that, I guess we'll move on to the motor mount. Still trying to decide about the landing gear, but I think I'm just going to leave it off. This is a pretty small airplane. It goes 33 inch. So anyways, I've let my wife do most of the gluing. I did the servo setup with the linkage, the arms, and all that stuff. But as far as gluing, she's done most of it. So she wanted to glue a plane together for me. So she's looking good. Next video mostly probably be wrapped up. I might do another one before we get to the motor step. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so welcome back, and here is what the airplane looks like now. We have glued on the rudder, the fin, which there's not really much of a fin. I showed y'all in the other video. Very little piece that you glue on, but we glued on the control horn for the rudder, the control horn for the elevator, and I also glued on the motor mount last night, right before I went to bed, so all that could get glued really good, dry overnight. As you see, the body, I mean, the plane's done, basically. I've just got to, now, I do have to glue these little, I think they call them side force generators. I do have to glue them in place. And I got to mount the motor. I got to run my, so they give you, with the kit, they give you these little bitty keepers, the little quick connectors, I call them. The little square thing, got a little black thing on the back. Well, they wasn't working out for me, so I actually enlarged the hole and put these little guys on. These came with a kit that I had purchased on Amazon some time ago, and if anybody's ever watched any of my videos, they've heard me talking about them. It's this little wire that comes with the kit, along with some other little goodies that you get in the bag. I think it's about $7 for the whole kit. Yeah, here you go. Here's the kit right here. So you actually get control horns. And you can use it two different ways. You can either use the little clips here and just put that on the rod, on like this end of the rod, and then you have a screw where you adjust it. I don't really care for those. But what I do like out of the kit is these, and then these little guys here, because these have a nut on the back. So you just screw the nut, and then you put a dab of glue on the back side. That way the nut doesn't come off. And typically they work really well. So this kit, just like my 42-inch kit, came with some really, to me, cheesy hardware. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just use these. See the Z-bend, I didn't do anything to it. It fits right on in. So it will come up here to the servo, and then I can install that like that. And I'm going to see how it works. I might get a little bit of flex. The rod's about 6 inches long here. If I do get flex, I could always go back with a piece of carbon or something to support it. But we'll see what kind of flex we get. Now on the elevator and the rudder, I don't have no choice. I have to pretty much use what they gave me, which are these two little bitty rods. These little bitty guys here, and they are tiny, but they do give you keepers. But the one thing I don't like about any of this stuff is the way you do the ends. Well, so tiny it's flexing on me, but here's the end of it. My camera will focus. Focus, camera. Dang it. Maybe you see it right there. You see that little bitty tip right there? Yeah, that's the end. So you were supposed to slide on the slide on a piece of heat shrink over the little keeper piece. CA it in place. The heat shrink down, and then that little bitty keeper snaps right into the rudder and the elevator. Elevator and the rudder thing. But then you have all these little keepers that go along the side to support the rod. This is pretty much all the hardware I have left. You got tail skid, and then the little keepers I was telling you about. These little guys here, the silver ones with the screws, and you can see the little black keepers that are supposed to go on there. But I could not get the little black piece to snap onto the little silver piece for some reason. It's got like 3 little holes around the edge of it, and then a center like little hole. But they're not actually dedicated holes. Like the whole thing's cut out, and they were not working for me at all. So I'm glad I had the other ones on hand. I still got to cut out here on the elevator, and this is the rudder here. The elevator's here. I got to cut out, drill out the holes here to install my larger ones. I sure hope they're going to work with this smaller rod. They ought to. That'll not be no problem at all. But I'll get those installed, and probably the next video will probably be the last video of it. So thank you guys for watching. Sorry this video turned out a little bit longer than I thought.